You are now listening to the Hot Take Hot Box.
Let's see what you think of this main event.
I'd like to see what you have here, but let's get into it, Ty. UFC 300, the big one. The poster is horrific. I know we've kind of talked about that, but what a sad poster this is. Just 300 on a flag. And, you know, it's crazy from having going to WWE all weekend, how much effort they put into all this stuff, and then you come into this, and it's like, it's gross. It really is. Some of the media and everything. I can't even listen to press conferences anymore. Like, the UFC has done their best to water this down and ruin some of the things that I actually did love about the UFC buildups to this. But Alex Pereira, Poatan, I've kind of realized, though, Ty, as well, that Pereira, Mr. Poatan has some star crossover effect. There's people that don't really watch UFC that come up to me and they're like, yo, Poatan's fighting this weekend. I'm like, damn, like, you know Poatan? They're like, yeah, dude, like, I fucking love that guy. That guy's scary. He's sick. He knocks people out. I'm like, wow, I didn't think he was on that level, but I guess he is. He's kind of has that star appeal. His matchups with Izzy and knocking Izzy out probably, you know, have that effect. You see Izzy's taking shots at him this week on Twitter. That's such loser mentality, and just a sad human being Israel Adesanya is. Wanted to say that, but he's fighting Jamahal Hill, Sweet Dreams, who has been very disrespectful of the skills of Mr. Poatan in the build-up to this. Poatan is a favorite in this, minus 130 to Jamahal Hill, plus 110, 115. Ty, I think unless Jamahal Hill's lying, which he could be, if Jamahal Hill plans on standing there with Poatan, then I am going to take Alex Pereira. I could definitely see a world in which Jamahal Hill kind of just schools Poatan, and it's just like he's too big for him, too fast for him. And Jamahal Hill, there's a reason that he was the champion, taking out a Glover Teixeira. But listen, an Achilles injury is no joke. It's a very serious injury. It cripples athletes in other sports. Like, I mean, Kobe was already towards the end, but he was never the same after that. KD has kind of bounced back from it, but you could go on the list of countless athletes who were never the same again after they blew their Achilles. And it's unfortunate. But, Ty, I guess I say all that to say I think that if you're going to stand with Pereira at some point, he's going to hurt you, and I think it could be bad. And I think, honestly, overall, I really think the line is appropriate. This is a really close matchup. Really, really close. And I could see it truly going either way, but Poatan has won me too much money in my life, Ty. And this is more of a respect bet than anything else. I'm taking Pereira, TKO, not inside the distance. I'm taking TKO plus 135.
Ooh, I like it. I think that's what I'm taking too. I just think this is very, very, very quick bounce back for Jamahal Hill after tearing his Achilles. Also, there's been many, many times since that last fight and now where you see him at the apex and he looks out of shape, bad. I think he might be fine. I think he might be dialed in, and even if he's not in the best shape, he's still a big guy. He's still a good athlete, but yeah, that's definitely something to consider. He's doing a lot of random TikTok stuff outside of the cage. I will say his combination of volume, speed, power. I think the southpaw boxing, even though he did switch it up, he fought orthodox against Glover a lot. I think that could definitely give Alex some problems, and we've seen with Alex when he gets hit, he kind of freezes. He definitely has a good chin, but when he does get cracked, he kind of is just there to be finished. So, and he's getting older. He's 36. Jamahal Hill's a little hittable. We saw that also in the Glover fight, but he has a very solid chin. I just think the leg kicks are going to be the X factor here. Alex Pereira, debilitating leg kicks. That's what he does to set up his wins pretty much. And Jamahal Hill has skinny legs, just tore his Achilles. I'm not saying he's going to tear his Achilles again, but I do think it's going to be an issue, especially with that boxing heavy style that he has. That's the way he stands, the way he puts all his weight on his lead leg, similar to Max Holloway. And we'll talk about that very similar matchup in the BMF title fight. And, Alex doesn't just have that big left. He has that insane right. I don't know if you saw the video of him hitting some kind of machine. And he shattered the Ngannou's score in 2018
by 700.
or something like that.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, it wasn't even close. So That was wild. Also, his sons are starting to fight. That's kind of scary.
That's terrifying.
Yeah, I saw them sparring with his girl or his friend, who was a girl, Polyana Viana.
His friend.
Yeah, they both have good kicks in this matchup. I know Jamahal Hill was spamming them against Glover. I really don't. I just think this is too soon, and I think that's going to matter a lot. I do acknowledge that Alex is 36. I think Alex wins this, and he gets Izzy at light heavyweight next. I'm going Alex Pereira knockout.
Yeah, I think that it's not. I don't want to say it's nothing against Jamahal Hill because I guess it is somewhat against him, but that's just a steep hill to climb coming back from Achilles that quick.
I also don't love his attitude, like you said. I think
like a lot of his different like stuff that he's been saying, and then like getting mad at people asking questions in the press conferences and the lead up, saying like, "Oh, well, are you worried that you're not going to be 100% or rusty?" He's like, "What? What a stupid question!" And it's like, I get that, but I mean, what do you want them to ask you? You know, like that's obviously a part of this. It's a story, and he seems like defensive of that because maybe that's a thought in his head that he's kind of worried about, that he might not be ready to go when the lights come on, and he might have thought he was ready to go. But I mean, when did he tear his Achilles? Was that?
It was I think December. No,
it had to be a little bit. I'm gonna look.
It was last January, right? So it's been a year.
Okay, so I guess
or maybe not. That's when he fought Glover, so I think he probably tore it.
It says July 14th, 2023, Jamahal Hill has relinquished his UFC light heavyweight title, and is headed for surgery after rupturing his Achilles tendon. So,
you said that was in June. It hasn't even been a full year.
Yeah.
I thought I remember him
July, actually. Wow, July. So, no, like that's... How long is an Achilles? It may take up to 6 months for return to low-impact activities like walking and hiking.
Yeah, that's 6 months, and it's kind of like when guys come back from Tommy John. When they come back from that Achilles injury, they're not as sharp. It takes them like a little bit to warm up and get back to their regular self. ACL is a little different, but Achilles and Tommy John, I've noticed when players, athletes, whoever comes back from it, they look good or they look ready, but their skills aren't there. They kind of need a year to warm up to get back how they were feeling before. I mean, just taking this on 10, 9 months, whatever. And him saying at one point, UFC 300, I don't know how ready I'll be to be on that card. They threw him a bunch of money, I'm sure.
They needed
and he's like, oh, yeah, I'm good. A lot of people are shitting on this main event and hate it. I really don't kind of understand why. I guess they just wanted Conor McGregor versus Ronda Rousey in a huge fight.
Brock Lesnar as a special guest referee. They were thinking some WWE shit. I understand that. We talked about it, how I was a little bit disappointed by that, but I kind of came around on it when they just loaded up the rest of the card. And this is about as good of a main event as they were going to get. It's fucking better than having Bilal Muhammad and Leon Edwards stand in front of each other for 25 minutes.
I mean, imagine if that was the main event. Everybody's complaining about Jamahal Hill and Alex Pereira, two action fighters who put people out cold. And Jamahal Hill broke. He has the record for significant strikes landed in a light heavyweight fight.
Yeah.
With all the legends that have ever fought in this weight class, he is the one breaking records. Then you have Alex Pereira. Like, you really mean to tell me this is a bad fight or boring? Get the fuck out of here.
That's stupid. Yeah, if you're disappointed in it being 300 and should have been a different main event, okay.
Sure.
But I'm not necessarily in agreement with you, but I understand because I did think about that. You just had to get over it because this is a great card. This is a great fight. And you're going to see Conor sometime in the summer, hopefully. So we'll talk about that at some point down the road. How about we both had Pereira TKO? I do want to just clarify that for the people. And we keep it moving.
You are now listening to the Hot Take Hot Box.